If Michael lost all his money, what would he do to get it all back? What's up guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In the last video, we were able to get Michael a new job, some new clothes and a nice place to sleep. But in today's video, we actually have way bigger goals to achieve and it's going to be really difficult. And like usual, Michael's life is not going to be easy throughout this entire day. Michael actually plans on purchasing something pretty big today that will help him for the entire series. So if you guys want to watch how difficult it will be for him to get it, make sure you guys stick around because it's gonna be some crazy movements that he'll make through this video. So with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Let's make Michael rich. So starting off the next day, Michael was really hungry and he needed to get some food because it was pretty clear this guy was gonna die if he continued like. So because he at least had some money, he was able to call up a taxi and make a movement to the nearest store so that he can get some food. Walking was really difficult in the last episode, so we were not going to continue doing the same thing this time. So Michael had a couple of his food and his snacks and he was ready to get moving because it was already time to start working. So just like the newly rich person we are, we booked another taxi and made it to the job place because we got the money for it now. Doing a couple of deliveries, Michael made approximately around 2,140. So the only problem here is that Michael got used to the life of buying really expensive clothes, so he went to the fanciest shop, but when he checked, there was no clothes that were actually big enough for his price range. He actually had to move to a different one to get himself some new clothes. So he got himself some new clothes, came out looking fresh, and while thinking about this, he actually came up with a new idea. Moving around Los Santos has been very difficult the last couple of days because he doesn't have a proper way of transport. And looking at Michael's life, he used to have many cars which he used to drive around and transport was never a problem. So with our few $1,000s, we went to the car dealership to check which car we can find. We actually found a car that was pretty good but too expensive for us at the moment. So we needed to work way more hard and push ourselves to be able to get this car because it was approximately $15,000. And after giving it a test drive, I was more than convinced that this was going to be a good car which would help us throughout this entire series.
Hi, I'd like to order a cab, please. Downtown Vinewood.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
That personality of yours.
I'll crack your skull.
Why are you running? Stupid. Why are you running? Get the
Hurry
chip.
up.
That's a lot of
Let's go.
damage.
It's be about time.
Now that's a lot of damage.
So it's finally day 14, and after a couple of days of really hard work, we managed to make around $15,000, which is way more than enough for us to get ourselves that new car. So most of you might think we're buying this car because transport is going to be easier, and while that is true, it's not really the main reason. Michael decided to buy this car because he was going to have a different job opportunity, which is something I'm going to talk about later when we actually get this car first. So let's get right there and buy it because we've really worked hard for it. So after a good 2 weeks of some hard work, we finally bought the Mercedes 500 E92 Sport Edition. This car will be very helpful because now we can actually use this car to get a job, and that is as an Uber. Ubers make a lot of money in Los Santos because they make it even more than taxi drivers. But before we do all of that, let's buy this thing some gas and see exactly how it drives.
Talo. sorry.
So we got the car and we have enough gas for it, and now we have to start accepting jobs for the Uber drive because we're trying to see how much money this makes, and hopefully it's going to be more than our previous job. So after doing one Uber job, we actually found that the money that was being given was actually depending on how long the distance was. So meaning if you have a short distance, you won't make as much money, but the money is still fair enough. And if you have a long one, you make a lot of money. So to get himself back on his feet, Michael started taking Uber jobs and he started making more bank than ever before. After driving like the whole day, Michael ran out of gas, and this is really bad because like I don't really know how I'm going to take this guy because there isn't a gas station nearby, and I literally have to walk if I have to go there because I need to save some money too. So after running out of gas, I literally have to run all the way to the gas station to buy some while leaving my passenger stranded. There's no way I'm getting paid for this one. So after walking to the nearest gas station, I found that there was completely no gas at this one, so we literally had to change direction and go to a completely different filling station. This would take so much more time because this guy is waiting on me and like there's nobody else to take him, and it's getting pretty dark too. That took way longer than I expected, but at least we're at the new filling station where we can get some gas and like make a movement because this guy has to be waiting and it's really taking long. Alright, let's pull through with our last delivery of the day, and damn, we still got paid pretty well even though it took really long to take this guy. That's actually pretty impressive. And after a long day of work, what we actually planned worked out very well. The Uber job really pays well because we made around $8,000, which is really good looking at the amount of money we had before today. This is going to be a really good job going forward. I think that's that for today's episode, and for the next video we're going to be doing more crazy things, and we're going to see if we can get Michael something more special in the next episode. But as always, thanks for watching, stay tuned, see you in the next one.